armor stripping is really helpful, as it makes your life easier in Warframe. The principle is, an enemy without armor is just target practice. Now, there are several ways to strip enemy armors. One is by equipping your weapon with the corrosive element damage type, which combines electricity and toxin. Another way is to use corrosive projection as an aura. Also, there are Warframe abilities that can strip enemy armors. To name a few, there's Oberon's second and fourth ability combo, Ash with a Seeking Shuriken Augment, Frost Avalanche with lots of power strength, and many more. However, these methods don't work on some scenarios like the Eidolon hunt. Eidolons are immune to status and as well to Warframe abilities. However, there's one method that can strip their armor, and that is by using the Shattering Impact mod. For a week now, I have been trying out this mod with my Sarpa to strip Eidolon's armor, and I want to share my findings with this video. I want you to know whether or not it's worth stripping Eidolon armor with this setup. So, let's cut this really long introduction and begin this video. To begin with, let's discuss first about my setup in stripping Eidolon's armor. But before we head to that, allow me to explain how does the Shattering Impact mod work, as I know some of you might be confused on using this mod. Now, this mod has a very vague description. It says that impact from melee attacks reduces enemy armor by 6. Some may believe that you should actually proc impact damage first on an enemy before it reduces their armor, but the truth is, that's not how it really works. Any weapon that has impact damage can proc that 6 enemy armor reduction per hit, so basically, any weapon that has impact damage can be equipped with Shattering Impact. However, not all weapon can be shanked in using this mod, as remember that it reduces 6 armor per hit, which means you really need melee weapons with fast attack speed. It's not written on the description, but Shattering Impact reduces the base armor of an enemy, if it has low armor, like these corrupted butchers which only have 5 base armor, then you can strip their armors in one hit. However, an enemy like the corrupted bombard, which has 500 base armor, could take several hits to strip their armor. In fact, it will take Sarpa 17 shots to totally strip this enemy of their armor, if you manage to land every 5 hits on Sarpa's charge attack, that is. Now, not all weapons can be used for stripping Eidolon's armor. The most efficient weapon to use is a Sarpa, mainly because of 2 reasons. One is that it has impact damage on its slash attack and most importantly, on its charged shot, and the other thing is, Sarpa does fire 5 bullets per 1 charged shot, which makes you strip armor a lot faster. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything you need to know about the Shattering Impact mod and the best weapon for it. Now let's proceed to applying the armor stripping of this mod to Eidolons. My test subject here is just the teralyst. I did not proceed with the gantulyst and hydrolyst because I was too lazy. Well, not actually. The truth is, I did not bother doing Gary and Harry because all Eidolons have the same base armor, which is 200, and I guess the teralyst is pretty sufficient enough to be the example for this video. Okay, so I compare the damage with and without armor. My weapon of choice is my favorite one, the Rubico, and I have my Sarpa on my melee weapon slot. Now check out first the numbers on the screen, the damage I am dealing to the limb of the teralyst with that 200 base alloy armor. Now before trying to totally strip its armor, I did try removing 90% of its armor, which is 180. This can easily be achieved by doing 6 charged shots with my Sarpa, or basically, that's 30 hits to be exact. Now, this is the most effective way to gain more damage with Shattering Impact in my opinion. The thing is, we'll leave 10% of its armor so we can take advantage of the radiation damage from our weapon. The damage I dealt with 2 times shot combo with my Rubico was 2583 when the teralyst of its full alloy armor, and as you've seen earlier, I dealt 3991 damage with 2 times combo shot from my sniper, and with 10% alloy armor left on the Eidolon. With the numerous tests I've done with the teralyst, I always see this increase in damage most of the time and, in my opinion, stripping Eidolon armor is quite handy, as I really feel that it takes out the limb much faster than the teralyst with full armor. Now I don't really advise you doing this, but here's the damage I dealt when I totally stripped the teralyst armor. Take note that I modded my Rubico with two 90% elemental mods, which results to radiation damage, and I don't have a Riven on this one, just the normal crit, damage and elemental mods. The first few shots was quite big because my Adaza Kavat did proc a critical buff, but the normal damage wasn't that impressive as what we have seen from the full to 90% armor reduction, so yes. It's really helpful if you don't totally strip Eidolon armor and just leave 10%. Remember that all Eidolons have 200 base armor and you need 30 hits to take away 180 of their base armor. That's about 6 shots with Zarpa's charged attack. So for the verdict, is it really important to strip Eidolon's armor? Does it give you more advantage and efficiency in hunting these giants? My answer is yes. But not really that important at all. If I did see a big increase in damage number, say I was able to one-shot the limb with my Riven-less Rubico, then I would probably suggest that you make stripping armor part of your hunting process. But the problem is, it didn't really show any big difference at all. Also, most of the Eidolon hunters right now are Majurai Void Strike users, and I think you don't want to waste your Majurai Strike charges to strip the Eidolon armors, right? It would be a bummer to waste those charges for just stripping armors, in my opinion. Another thing is, there is a much more efficient way in removing 99% of all Eidolon's armor, and that is by having 3 times corrosive projection and 2 times coction drift in your team. These combination does result to 99% armor reduction, which is more efficient as it's a guaranteed armor reduction, and you don't have to change any steps on your hunting process. Overall, using Shattering Impact is good, but as I've said, not really that important. You are better off with some good equipment and proper team composition than bothering to strip Eidolon armors for just a little increase in damage on their limbs. So that's it. Hope that you find this video informative. Before leaving, please do me a favor and hit that like button. If it's your first time visiting our channel, then you can be a part of the grind team by simply subscribing to our channel. Just remember to turn on notifications to receive daily updates from this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.